So you're thinking about moving to Lincoln, Ontario, otherwise known as Beamsville. And this small town is known for the rolling hills, the vineyards and wineries close by, as well as many different nature trails. And while it is a great opportunity for many small families to move to, there's definitely some things you want to keep in mind before moving here. So in this video, we're going to be covering the pros and cons, the parks, the schools, the real estate, the healthcare, local businesses, and more, so you know everything about what it's like living in Lincoln, Ontario before moving here. So Lincoln is a quaint town located in the heart of the Niagara region in Ontario, Canada, and is home to just over 25,000 people. And this small town is a perfect spot for any families looking for that peaceful, tranquil living away from the hustle and bustle of the city lifestyle, but still getting access to a lot of great shopping options and amenities that large cities have to offer nearby, as Lincoln is located right in between Grimsby on the west and St. Catharines on the east and bordering Lake Ontario. And inside Lincoln, you're going to find three primary areas where you're going to find the majority of real estate. The first of that being is Beamsville. Beamsville is going to have over 50% of the real estate available, as it was the first established community happening in Lincoln, and also has to be the one that is expanding most in recent years. However, you will also find these smaller communities of Vineland and Jordan as well as even some smaller towns like Rockaway and Campton, located on the outskirts and more rural parts of Lincoln. Now, Lincoln is a convenient location as it's located right on the QEW, and this makes it perfect for any families who are looking to commute to work to one of the neighboring cities, as it's only about a 36-minute drive to downtown Hamilton, an hour drive to Toronto. However, that can get a little bit worse if it's in rush hour, making it up to an hour 40, but then you're also just a 20-minute drive away from St. Catharines and a 30-minute drive away from Niagara Falls. So if you're new here, my name is Matthew. I'm a local realtor, and this is my channel where I share everything about what it's like living in Hamilton and the surrounding cities like Lincoln, Ontario. And if you're thinking about moving to this small town here and want to make sure it's the right fit for you, book a call today by sending me a message where we can review any questions going over about Lincoln, Ontario, the other small towns in the city, as well as the real estate opportunities available. So send me a message today. Otherwise, the next best thing I love about Lincoln is the amazing green spaces and parks that are available at your doorstep. As just some of my personal favorite parks to go out and visit would first be Ball Falls Conservation Area, which offers a variety of different hiking trails leading you to two gorgeous waterfalls, as well as passing by some historic buildings along the way. Then, if you're looking to have a great picnic by the lake, you need to go check out Charles Daly Park, and this is a perfect spot to go watch the sunset go down. And in my opinion, the Grimsby waterfront is some of the most interesting to view at, just appearing into the distance of Lake Ontario, as you do get those skylines of Burlington, Mississauga, and Toronto. Especially on a clear day, you can easily see them, which makes it extra beautiful. But other parks you can enjoy is also the Cave Spring Conservation Area, which features spectacular vistas overlooking Lake Ontario, as well as Old Lake Iroquois shores, as well as there's a variety of different caves to explore in this park here. And at one time, there is thought to be an underground lake located on this conservation land. And then the last park I'll mention is Luth Conservation Area. This is just another great park in a little oasis with a pretty waterfall cascading down 15 Mile Creek in a stepping stone-like fashion, trails along beside it. And also, when you're driving to Lincoln, you'll definitely notice La Grande Hermine, which is an abandoned historical ship dating back to the 1500s. Then another thing I know so many families love about living in Lincoln, Ontario, especially in the Beamsville area, is the great schooling options to choose from. As in total in Lincoln, there's 3 public elementary schools, 3 Catholic elementary schools, with the majority of them being in Beamsville, as that is the most populated area, and 1 high school, a public secondary school located in Beamsville, with another one on the way. And then as for Catholic high schools, you're not currently going to find any in Lincoln, but depending on where you live, you'll either be attending the Grimsby Catholic High School or the St. Catharines Catholic High School. And then also in Lincoln, you'll find Great Lakes Christian High School, which is a private high school that also offers residence to its students if needed. And then also just a short drive away from Lincoln, you can find Brock University as well as Niagara College, located in St. Catharines. And then one of the cons about living in Lincoln, Ontario definitely has to be the lack of employment options available to you. So therefore, if you're thinking about living in Lincoln, definitely you're going to have to factor in the commutes we talked about earlier in the other cities. Or if you're one of those lucky people who get to work from home on a regular basis, this could be a great opportunity for you to get a slightly larger home so you can have that at-home office. And talking about real estate, what you can expect to find for real estate in Lincoln is a lot of different detached homes and townhome options to choose from. Now, detached homes, you're going to find a variety of different ages, styles, and types to choose from. As at the very beginning, you can find some of those century-old homes that were the original homes in Lincoln, but then more recently, you can find ones that were built in the 60s, 70s, and 80s when there was that first expansion happening in Beamsville. And then more recently, in the last 5 to 10 years, you can also find some new subdivisions popping up with a lot of great detached home and townhome options to choose from. Now, if we look here at how Lincoln compares to some of the surrounding cities over the past 10 years for the median sold price, we can see that it is more affordable than Grimsby, Stony Creek, Binbrook, and Burlington. However, it's a little bit more expensive than St. Catharines and Niagara Falls. And one reason for this is maybe because St. Catharines and Niagara Falls tend to have a little bit more options to choose from, therefore allowing more affordability. Because Grimsby is located in between Lake Ontario and the Escarpment, there's not too much land to expand, leading to slightly higher prices compared to some of those other areas out east, but as well as the overall average of Beamsville's homes are going to be slightly more new compared to Niagara Falls or St. Catharines, leading the prices to be a little bit higher. Now, if we break Lincoln's real estate down into the different major categories, we can find 60% of the total real estate sold was detached homes here, typically selling between $700 and $1.25 million. Now, that is a decently large range to find a detached home in, and that's because of the variety of options to choose from. As between $700 and $900,000, here is where you're going to find a lot of those homes that were built in the 60s, 70s, and 80s that might need a little bit of love or have recently been finished up. However, those homes that are more in the 900 to low 1 millions, what you can expect here are usually those more recently finished new homes that offer a bit more square footage, as because there's those traditional 2-story homes with 3 to 4 beds, 3 to 4 bathrooms, as well as an attached garage. Now, one thing to note is these newer real estate options, while they do offer a bigger home, typically come at a smaller lot compared to some of the other homes that were built earlier, like in the 60s and 70s. And then as for townhomes, this made up about 28% of the real estate sold within Lincoln, the majority of options really being within Beamsville as well as Vineland. And here, these townhomes typically are going to be built in the last 5 to 10 years and range usually between $600,000 and $800,000. And then as for condos, this made up about 12% of the real estate sold within Lincoln in the last 12 months, and typically they're selling between $400,000 and $500,000. And while there isn't that many options to choose from, as they're really again going to be primarily in Beamsville, as you have like a new condo building being just finished at Greens Lane. But in the next few years, I imagine more low-rise condo buildings will be coming to the surrounding areas like Beamsville and Vineland as well. So if you are thinking about relocating to Lincoln and are planning on buying a home, send me a message today to book your free relocation consultation call. Here, we can answer any more questions you have about living in Lincoln, help you figure out where the best and worst areas are for you and your family, as well as what are the real estate opportunities available based on your search criteria and budget. So send me a message today to book your free consultation call. But other than that, another thing you need to know before moving to Lincoln is the shopping and amenities that are available to you when you're living in these major centers. All right, so if we take a look here at the map and exactly where you're going to find the most shopping options available to you, first you got Beamsville, Vineland, and Jordan. So if we take a look here and zoom in at Beamsville first, the two major areas you're going to notice the most amount of shopping options is first right along King Street here. You have like the downtown area of Beamsville as well as Beamsville's town center, which is going to offer a no frills, a variety like a bakery, a few other great options and shops to choose from, as well as like a home hardware store right here. But the other street you're going to notice a lot is going to be on Ontario Street right here, leading you to the QEW, offering, again, as you can just see, a variety of like a butcher, a variety of different restaurants, little shops you can pick up lunch at, as well as a Sobeys and Dollarama right on Ontario Street. and a few other fast chains before grabbing on the QEW. Now, if you are living in Beamsville, odds are you're probably gonna go out to the west, either to Hamilton, Toronto, Mississauga, wherever to commute. So when you're on your way home, I know a lot of Beamsville residents stop in either these two places. First would be in Grimsby here, especially in the Grimsby Power Center right here that offers a Canadian Tire, a beer store, and a few other shopping options to choose from. But also along the QEW, just on the edge of Winona, is this power center here. As you can see, it's got the Costco. It has another Canadian Tire, as well as a variety of different shops also to shop at. So those are the major shopping options that you're going to be visiting when living in Beamsville. Now, if we go back to where Beamsville is here, the other area I did want to mention while we are here is you do have the Fleming Memorial Arena right here, as well as the Lincoln Community Center, also located right near the intersection of Ontario and King Street. Two great community centers for you to enjoy. But if we go over and we now look at where Vineland is, as you can see, like Vineland is just much smaller, so you're just gonna have less shopping options to choose from. So you are gonna have a few along King Street. That is still going to be very similar to Beamsville. However, along Highway 24 right here, you aren't going to notice as many shopping options compared to like Ontario Street in Beamsville. And then even less shopping options will be in the little town here of Jordan, that offers just like, again, few mom and pop shops, some around King Street, as well as some of the off areas here as like the Jordan Arenas right here, a few other local businesses. But mostly a lot of the time when you're living in Jordan, if you're not going shopping in one of the areas at West, like we just chatted about, on the edge of St. Catharines right here, you're gonna have a large shopping center that you can easily capitalize on, probably less than like a 10-minute drive, usually probably like a 5-minute drive, usually in the back roads too, so it's not too bad to drive. But here, as you can see, you got the Real Canadian Superstore, you got Pet Value, you got Hallmark, Canadian Tire, Barbecue Place, Dollar Tree, Best Buy, like Walmart. You got a lot of shopping options to choose from in this area here, like Bouclairs as well. I know my mom loves that. So a lot of options there. And then you're also just a short drive away from like downtown St. Catharines, and a lot of shopping options to choose from. But if we look at Beamsville as a whole, one of the things you are going to notice is very common throughout is the many different wineries and estates to choose from. As just in Lincoln's borders here, you have all these variety to choose from. And in total, there's 50 total to choose from in the area. 30, I believe, are within the city's limits of Lincoln. So a lot of great options for you to make the rounds in your local town and explore what makes up Lincoln so unique. As because of this small town charm and close-knit community, you're gonna find lots of different mom and pop shop, restaurants, local gift shops, businesses to choose from. So some of my personal favorites that I have to give a shout out and you need to check out when you're living in Lincoln is first, Just Cooking, to enjoy some amazing rustic Italian food. You have the Good Earth Food and Wine Co., where you can go visit another winery, but also try Beamsville's #1 rated restaurant. Then if you have a sweet tooth, you need to go check out Beamsville Bakery for some amazing baked goods. And then you also have the Lake House restaurant to enjoy some delicious Mediterranean views while also watching stunning views of Lake Ontario. And then if you're in the market and love seeing some amazing flowers, you need to go check out the Watering Can Flower Market located in Vineland to go pick up some special flowers for your special significant other. But other than that, a few other things you're gonna notice when living in Lincoln is the amazing local farms. Because the soil is so rich in this community here with the amazing great wineries, it also is a great opportunity to also grab some fresh local produce, as here also makes amazing peach, grapes, cherries, apples, and plums to go grab some. So some local farms you need to check out when living there is the Peach Country Farmers Market to pick up some amazing fresh produce in your backyard or delicious sweet treats. But you also have Tigger Cherry Berry Farms to go pick your own strawberries. And then if you can't make it out to the farms, you can also go visit Beamsville's Farmers Market that happens every Saturday between 8 and 12 between the months of June and October. And then on other days like Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can find some smaller markets in the other surrounding towns like Vineland, Jordan, Grimsby as well to go and enjoy. And then one downside about living in Lincoln is that there's unfortunately no hospitals located within this city here, as the closest hospital is going to be located out in Grimsby, as you have the West Lincoln Hospital there, but you also have some great hospital options to choose from out in St. Catharines as well. And then another thing Lincoln is definitely lacking on is the public transit options to choose from. And this kind of goes hand in hand with that more rural, suburban feel where you aren't going to get as many great public options to choose from to commute both just within the city, but also to the surrounding cities as well. So it definitely is a bit inconvenient if you do not have your own personal vehicle. Now, one of the pros about living in Lincoln, other than the amazing vineyards, amazing produce, is the amazing golf courses it has to offer you. As an avid golfer myself, some of the golf courses you need to check out when living there are 20 Valley Golf and Country Club, Saw Mills Golf Course, as well as Rock Vineyards Golf Course. And then when you're looking to dial in your game, you definitely need to go check out Grimsby's Golf Range to go hit a bucket of balls. Now, if you are interested in learning more about what it's like living in this area here, the next city I'd recommend you go check out is my video covering the top 10 things you need to know before moving to Grimsby. So you can find that video right here. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day.